and we're on slide number 1. So let me introduce myself. My name is Steve. I'm from Scotland. I live in Canada. What does success mean to me? Well, I think it's about being achieving your own goals. Those goals can be different from person to person, and I think it's about being comfortable with your goals and with your achievement of those goals. But how that is depends on each person. For some people, career might be important, or family might be important, or some other aspects of life, and that's completely down to them. So that's my definition of success and what success means to me. Let's go around the room, and everyone can introduce themselves and tell me what your definition of success is and what success means to you. Aisha, why don't we start with you today?
Hello, good evening to everyone. My name is Aisha. I'm from Uzbekistan. It's Middle Asia. I agree with you that success is reaching some goal, but success could be just a stroke some luck, for example.
A stroke of luck?
Yeah, stroke of luck. Maybe you won some lottery. It's also success. But mostly success is hard working, to work to be a goal to reach your targets, and reaching it you mean that you are successful. To reach some to be outstanding maybe among your colleagues, it's also success. To me, to be very good worker maybe for your director, it's also success.
Yeah, and so for you personally, Aisha, your successes are more about business and about being professionally good.
Yeah, mostly, yeah. But
good.
Of course, yes. To be even successful in my work, in my business, in my profession. But now I didn't reach the maximum. I'm just growing in process.
Yeah, I mean, no one is saying that you have to instantly be successful, and that only if you immediately become the CEO of your company can you be said to be successful. So it's about, traveling the road to get there, I think. Yeah, great, thank you. Okay, Artem.
Hi, my name is Artem. I'm from Moscow, and success means to me to be satisfied with your life. And I think that we can have two types of success. Maybe it could be short-term success and a long-term, and we can be satisfied every day by our life. But I think that there can be a case when we will not be able to be satisfied by your whole life. So maybe it depends on the term.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's very important to have, short-term and long-term goals, and that recognizing these are different successes. Absolutely, Artem, I agree with you there. Thank you. Andrei, what about for you?
Hello, my name is Andrei. I'm from Odessa, on the outskirts of Moscow, and actually I believe there is a clear definition of success. That it is the achievement of personal goals. The problem is that everybody has his own goals, so different successes can exist. Yes, but anyway, anyhow, it means achieving something, some goals that you set for yourself. And for me, the definition for me, my personal goals are somewhat close to what Artem told us. Happiness in my everyday life, all the aspects of it, financial success, family success, good family relations, health, all these components of happiness in life. So for me, success is close to happiness in life.
Yeah. And this isn't necessarily tied to one particular thing or one particular career choice or something like this. It's many aspects which build into this happiness.
So I personally have many goals which I have to achieve to call myself successful. But all the same, it means some goals that you have to achieve.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Andrei. Anastasia.
Hello everyone, my name is Anastasia. Actually, I also think that success is a combination of a lot of different aspects, and from family sphere and working sphere. Also, I think it can include friends and time to spend to your hobby and to travel. So to be successful, I can say that you can equally spend time to all these parts in order to find the balance between all of them.
Yeah, it's a really good point, Anastasia. It's not just family life or not just working life, but also our personal life as well. You know, if we enjoy a particular hobby, that making time for this as well, that we can count this towards success too. Great. Svetlana.
Hello to everyone. My name is Svetlana. I live in Novosibirsk, and I think that to be successful means that you feel peace and you peaceful. You feel peace and happiness inside you. Of course, I think that to be successful means that you are successful in financial point of your life, but I think that that success is something more than only money. That's why I think that it means you feel happiness inside you.
Yeah. So whatever amount of money you feel happy with, if you achieve this, then you are successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's absolutely a fair point, Svetlana. Thank you. And then, last but not least, Alexandra.
Yes, hello, my name is Alexandra. I'm from St. Petersburg. Well, I suppose that success is something connected with fulfilling your goals. So I can't say that success is connected with the family life. I think it's happiness, but not success. And success is something connected with your goals and your job. So successful people can be not happy, I suppose.
Okay. So yeah, I can be successful and also unhappy, and be happy without being successful. And do you think I can be successful without achieving financial goals, let's say, or if I want to be the world's best, I don't know, the world's best, the world's best, let's say, artist, and I am a wonderful artist, and maybe my art doesn't sell so well, but my technique is the best technique, and other artists really think that I'm a great artist. Would this be enough for success, in your opinion, or is it about financial success as well?
Yes, I suppose it can be also a success. So, yes, success isn't only connected with money.
Okay.
So it is something with your personal point of view what success is.
Yeah. So whatever goal, but it's to do with the goals that I set myself. So whatever goals I set myself, even if these goals are not financial, if I achieve them, I'm successful.
Yeah.
Great. So it seems as if we all have a fairly similar definition of success. Some different colours to it here and there, but we are all talking about achieving goals, and these goals being different from person to person. So, yeah, nice. Let's move on to the next slide, and here we're going to think about some specific questions to discuss as we go through the rest of our speaking club today. The first thing we're thinking about is the ambitions that we had when we were a young child, and we're going to combine this with question number 2 and say if these are the same as the ambitions that we have now, and if not, what made them change. So, Aisha, what were your ambitions as a kid, and are they the same as now? If not, what changed?
To say truth, yes, it was changed. How to say? When you was young, you were like naive, maybe. Like
Naive, yeah.
Naive, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You said that when you start working, you will earn much. You can possess anything you want, go anywhere you want, do anything you want. But when I became older, I thought that it's much more difficult than I supposed.
Much more difficult?
Yeah, yes, much more difficult, because you need to work hard to be better than your colleagues in order to achieve the success. Every time to how to getting more and more knowledge in order to be up to date, up to some news or some new technologies or new abilities maybe, and not stopping at that point when you graduated, for example, from the university. Yes, but now I have to say the truth. Another target that when I was child, I think, for example, for girl, you need maybe a good partner, maybe a husband, to start some how to say family.
Yeah, to start a family.
Children, yes, and this is first goal for me to create future success for my children, for example.
Yeah.
Because you put away your own, like maybe ambitious, and to work hard for your child's future.
Yeah. So, yeah, we can talk about putting off our own ambitions or deferring our own ambitions or something like this for our children.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Anastasia, what about for you? Did you have any burning ambitions when you were a child, and how is this different from now?
Actually, yes, in school, as I remember, in school and in university, I always try to do my best to be better than other my classmates or other students. So actually, at work, I think I do the same, but in some aspects it's more difficult because in school and in university people can have different ways where they can go to study something different, but at the work you and others do the same, so it can be a little bit difficult. But I think the character becomes the same. Retains.
Yeah, so it retains the same idea of the ambition. I want to be better than my colleagues. I want to be the best. And just what changes is being the best, what you want to be the best at, let's say.
At what I do, I like to feel that I did it, and if it's something difficult and I did it, it's a kind of success. Maybe it's not always has immediate recognition and financial support for this, but I feel that I can do it and that's fine for me.
Yeah, so for you, the general ambition is the same. The specific ambition or the specific application of this ambition has changed, but the general idea is exactly the same. Great. Artem, what about for you? Are your ambitions nowadays different from your ambitions as a child?
Yes, I think so, because I'm not sure that when I was a kid I had some ambitions, because I'm not sure that kids think about success, about goals, and so yes, now it's different. Now I think that I have a long-term goal. It would be great if maybe as a result of my life I could create something meaningful. I could change I don't know, something in the world.
Change the world.
Yes. So, I think that my ambitions now this, and when I was a kid I didn't have it.
Yeah. So do you think that you have become more ambitious as you've got older, or that your ambitions are bigger than they were when you were a kid?
Yes, I think when you grow up, you have you act more consciously, and it means that now you have some goals. Now you have the meaning of success and ambitions too.
Yeah, great. Svetlana, what about for you? Are your ambitions nowadays the same as before? Have they changed like Artem had?
I think that the perception of success have been changed from my childhood to nowadays, because that day I had no any planning for my long-term goals. Nowadays, in the beginning of each year, I have the exact plan what I want to do this year, and in the end of the year, I can calculate the amount of goals I achieved, and I can to conclude, was I success this year or not?
Yeah, was I successful?
Was I successful this year or not? And I
in
like
a percentage as well, Svetlana. I was 73% successful this year.
Yes, no, I achieved 2 out of 4 goals, for example. I think that it's great practice, and every day I think about my goals, which was taken this year. That's why which was
we can't say taken. We could say the goals that I set myself this year. We set goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every day I think about goals which were set this year, and this practice helps me to achieve these goals.
Yeah.
And I like this strategy, and I try to use it every day.
Yeah, so the main difference from your younger self to your present day self is about how organized you are when you set yourself a goal, you would say.
Yes, in my childhood I dreamt about, for example, achieving, I don't know, I dreamt about having different dolls, Barbie or something like that. I remember about that. But nowadays, I would like, for example, I would like to change my occupation, my job, and I try to find the best, the appropriate the appropriate job for me, for example. And I think that the strategy of finding my goals have been changed.
Have changed, yeah.
Have changed.
Yeah, and it seems as if the key vocabulary difference here is the difference between dreams and goals. I think that's a really good point, Svetlana. Very nice. Andrei, what about for you? Are you also more organized as Svetlana is with achieving your goals, or have your ambitions changed in any other ways from when you were young to nowadays?
Yes, I would say I was much more ambitious when I was younger. I'd tried to be #1 everywhere, and but with time I understood that it put too much strength on me, and there is no use in achieving everything, because in the end you wouldn't achieve you would achieve nothing at all.
You spread yourself too thin.
Yes, so nowadays I'm much more moderate person in my ambitions, and I'm trying to set my goals how to say, which I can really achieve and which will do really good for me. So to say.
So we can talk about achievable goals or realistic goals.
Realistic goals, yes. So it's now I understand that it's much more important to have integrity in your life, to be happy in all aspects of your life, instead of achieving a single goal which will replace everything else in your life. There is no use in it.
Yeah, exactly. So we shouldn't be so focused on one goal that everything else becomes irrelevant. That I think maybe maturity is realizing that you have to be focused on many different goals.
Life is much more complex.
Yeah, that's true. Alexandra, what about for you? Have your goals changed? You said before that you were very focused on maybe career goals or studying goals. Has it always been like this, or is this something that developed as you got older?
Oh, well, I can't say that I've been ambitious when I was a child or now. So I tried to be not the worst, and it was my goal. And I've never eager to be a #1. So, and it is still like that now. So maybe I had some goals, but they were not very big. So I could reach that goals in 2 weeks, for example.
Yeah.
So I didn't have very big goals that I have to work over them during many years. And now the most important thing for me is my family, and my husband, I think, is responsible for financial success or something like that.
Yeah. So it's still, you have, again, the same sort of goals. I think Anastasia was also talking about this, the same sort of goal or the same type of goals, but just the specific application is now a little bit different. Yeah. Alexandra, I'm going to stay with you for the next question. So this is that we're looking at these situations here. Have you ever experienced any of those situations in question number 3?
I think the first one is about me.
Okay, then tell us about how your life was different before getting the job that you really loved and after the job that you really loved.
Well, this job was in a children's home with disabled children. So before that job, I think I had another attitude to life, and my maybe interests were other, and maybe I paid too much attention on the things that are not very that are not really important. And after that job, I realized that I have to pay attention on my relatives, on their health, and on my health, for example.
Yeah, it completely changed your attitude to life, it sounds like.
Yes, and it was 5 years ago when I worked there, but it really made, I don't know, a stamp on me.
Yeah, that's exactly what we can say. We can talk about a lasting impression. It has left a lasting impression on my life.
Yes, exactly.
Good, great. Good that you've had this experience. Artem, what about for you? Have you had any of the experiences in this bottom part of the slide? Artem? Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. Getting a job that I really love and passing an upcoming exam.
So why don't you tell us about the exam then? How was your life before passing the exam, and then how was your life after passing the exam?
I think that exam. I think that it didn't make me happy. It's kind of it was kind of relief because you have some pressure before an exam, and when you pass it, you feel that I can do anything now.
Yeah, you have this relief, this weight lifted from your shoulders.
So I think that's the difference before and after passing an exam.
And did it contribute towards your goals or your ambitions? Were you able to do something now that you had passed this exam that you weren't able to do before?
No, I think it was just exams in my university. And you just can be graduated or pass to the next grade or something like that. So
you need to pass them to move on.
Big sense for me.
Yeah, great. Okay, thanks, Artem. Svetlana, what about for you? Or have you experienced any of these situations?
I remember that when I studied at the university, in the beginning of my studies, I have to pay for my education, but I had a dream to study without any fees. That's why I had a name to pass all exams very well, and the management of our department, of our faculty, decided to switch my steadiness to the management decided to release me for study without any fees.
Yeah, you got a scholarship. So in English for this, we'd say that you had a scholarship, that your fees were paid for you. If there were fees, these fees were covered for you. You didn't have to pay anything. So you got a scholarship.
The fees was covered by the government.
Yeah, so this is then a state scholarship from this. But a scholarship is when your university fees are paid for you. that you don't have to pay them yourself. You can also talk about the percentage of the scholarship that you get. So I got a 50% scholarship, which meant I only have to pay half of my fees myself. This is possible as well.
I don't know exactly.
So you achieved this goal of getting a scholarship. How did this affect your life, Svetlana?
I think it was easier for my parents to. They got me less money, and I was proud that I avoid my family to pay for my education. I was proud of my achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very high achievement. You should be proud of it. I can't say avoid my family because this would mean that I try not to see my family. I would have to say something like I was proud of enabling my family to have more money, or to allow my family to not have to pay for my education, or something like this. I can't think of an exact verb that I could put here to say family didn't have to pay. But certainly we get the idea that from this. Oh, and Svetlana disappeared anyway. Okay. Oh well. Andrei, what about for you? Have you experienced any of these situations?
Actually, my experience is close to the experience of my colleagues. Again, I remember my student life and passing an upcoming exam. This bullet I would like to talk about. Yes, I was much younger. Maybe this is why that experience was taken much more vividly and graphically than it could be taken nowadays, so to say. But before, yes, I had a lot of very difficult, horrific exams in my university, and I remember the state of complete misery before them, and the total happiness after passing them. It's a very vivid impression that imprinted in my mind.
Yeah.
So it left in my mind
these two emotional
immediately.
states. Yeah.
Yes, this. So very. All other choices presume a longer period of time. Finding the perfect partner, traveling a lot. It takes some time before the previous state and the state after. But passing an exam is a
complete emotional state change within a couple of hours.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Andrei. Svetlana, I want to say for you, for talking about your scholarship, that I was happy that my family didn't have to pay for my education. This is what I would say for this.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem. Ayesha, what about for you? Have you experienced any of the circumstances in number 3?
Number 3?
In question number 3, have you?
Yeah, thank you. To say the truth, I want to say that I wish I won lottery.
Yeah.
And in this case, I'm sure that how my life will change totally, along with traveling a lot, finding a perfect, magnificent house, and something nice possessions and experience. But joke apart, I would say that I have such experience with studying like you, Svetlana, and other guys. Also, during my receiving my bachelor degree, during the 2 years, I was preparing to win some scholarship also to enter and receive my master's degree. It was crucial for me because I wished to move to capital, because before I lived in province, and it was my target, it was my aim. And I think after that I won this lottery, I entered, received my master's degree, and I won a grant, like also full grant is without any payment, and receive scholarship also.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's not that only money. I think the best experience was that I was moved from my parents' home. I became independent. It make my character maybe stronger, because in my previous life, just my mom and dad decided for me, but now I have the opportunity to decide for myself, by myself.
Yeah,
Yes,
so a really big change in your life and your circumstances by passing these exams and getting the necessary qualifications.
right, and I think at present days it much helped me, because I try to solve my problems by myself without just troubling my father, help me, like it was, for example, at school. Yeah. So I
So you're
think
much
it's
more
also,
independent.
yeah. It's also, I think, progress.
Yeah, absolutely. And Anastasia.
I can also say that this stuff about exam and entering to university is
Anastasia, if I remember right, you live in Paris just now.
No, now I change my place, and now I'm in America.
You're in America. So, what about for this then? Would you say that this was a big change in circumstances from studying,
Yeah.
living in Russia, and moving?
It's a big change. It's and it's connected with changing also in job. That's why I have to find something new and maybe different from what I did before. So it's change in not so much, because in other aspects I became the same. So my, for example, family habits and my own habits are the same, but the environment, of course, can influence on me. So yeah, what I can say, yeah.
Was it ever your ambition to work abroad?
Actually, yes, but I when I was a student, I dreamed about Germany, and I had the practice here, but so happens that I'm not in Germany.
But definitely, I think though that even if you didn't get to Germany, this is still an achievement of some ambition to work outside of the country, to work abroad.
Yeah.
Great. We're going to move on to the next slide now. So this is slide number 3, and we're thinking about these statements and if we agree or disagree with them. So Anastasia, I'll stay with you. Do you agree or disagree that people must have sacrifices to achieve success?
Actually, I think if the goal is worth to do this, I think it can be possible if you can contribute to the world, to help a lot of people. For example, you can do it, and you will satisfy with it, and it will influence on others. But if goal you think isn't worth to do it, I think you can rethink a bit and decide.
Yeah, maybe you have the wrong goal if you're not willing to sacrifice for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alexandra, what about for you? Do you think it's necessary in order to achieve success that someone sacrifices something?
I suppose yes. Normally, to achieve goal, you have to maybe fight with your laziness, or you have to do something new that you didn't used to do before. So you can make an effort at least, and it always needs something to sacrifice.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what goal you're trying to achieve. There's always some sacrifice at some level for this.
I suppose that yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, it's not success. Yes, it's not success. It's luck. If you don't have to sacrifice anything.
Okay. So building on this point, Artem, I'm coming to you. Do you think then that it isn't success without sacrifice, that if you achieve it and there's no sacrifice, then you cannot count this as success?
I think that if this goal is a one-time goal, so sometimes, yes, you need to focus on that. And to focus means that you should spend your time and your efforts only on one thing, and other things you should throw away from your life. And I would name it sacrifices. But if your goal is a regular one, I think that you need to focus on your balance. So I think in that case you don't have to sacrifice, because you will not achieve the success.
So the size of the success or the size of the goal also then influences the size of the